Alright guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to set up a few fixes. One of the things is the UI does not get destroyed when we load our new game map. Okay, that can be done by asking or to react to the player state destruction. So in the native construct here, when we have the player state, I believe in here, right, we can ask the player state to tell us when it's destroyed. We can just say player state on destroy, right, and then on destroyed dot add dynamic. Oh, not the internal one. And we just destroy ourselves when our corresponding player state is destroyed. So ampersand u lobby widget destroy lobby widget, or I think it's better name to be player state destroyed. Okay, and then we create a function like that. It's going to be a u function, right? And then void player state destroyed. Okay, and this one will take actually another pointer, player state. That is the signature of the delegate, so we have to do that. Yes, so when the player is destroyed, we just also destroy ourselves. So we're just gonna say, hey, remove from parent. That's all we have to do. And once we remove from the parent, we are no longer referenced by anything. The garbage collector should be able to pick this up and clean up the memory. Alright, that should be it. So let's see if we are able to get it to work. Let's compile it. Oops, we got an error here. It's saying that oh, something is wrong here. We can rename that to destroy in player state, I guess, if that's the proper naming. Okay, we don't really care about that because we don't really need to do it to use it to do anything anyways, so just have that name. Okay, that should be fun. Let's compile it one more time. Alright, seems like we got another error here. If you look at there's one problem with our subscription here. We have a missing reference to the player state destruction, I believe, in here. Yeah, we're missing the ampersand. You have that in there, and then try to run it again. I was canceling the compilation because the error was spotted. Right, this should be okay now. Give it some time to compile. Alright, now the editor is up and running again. Let me take a look at the our lobby level, and time to run and test. Okay, we have two instances. I have Manny here and Quinn here, and we can start the game. Oh, we need to enable the seamless travel, of course, and then start the game. Okay, now you can see indeed, at least on the server side, we don't have the UI anymore, and looks like the client is also okay. Yeah, so yes, there is, right? That all we have to do is just to subscribe to the destruction of the player state, and then it's gonna allow us to destroy them when we have the new level. Okay, another thing we can address is that we don't want the player, the client player, to be able to click on start. Okay, so let's take a look at that. We have the start button here, right? And I guess what we can do is we can have some checking here. Now if the owning PC has authority, right, then, or I guess we check the bad condition. If we don't have authority, that means we are not the server. We can do the start button set is enabled to be false. Okay, that way we can lock the other guys from even using it. Okay, Just to make our game to be able to gracefully do it if there's any problem with character selection, because we don't know if the client has selected a character yet, but we can still click on the start button, right? A more complete solution would be actually to check how many have already selected and how many players are still there waiting, right? We can determine if the start button is available for the server, right, based on if everyone has selected a character yet. But because we have a limited amount of time, let's just go for a cheap solution here. We're just gonna make the player to use the default character when they are not selecting anything. I think that would be we don't have to do anything other than making sure that when they're transitioning, when we're spawning the character in the game mode, I believe this one, yeah. See, there's a potential problem. Yes, there's actually a potential problem. We have to call the correct version there. It has to be the implementation one. And yes, okay, that will be it. So yes, if we do have the player state and we do have the picked character class, we do this, right? But this would crash if this is null, right? We have to make sure that we check it. If the picked character is actually not the null pointer, then we have to return this guy. Otherwise, we'll have to return the null pointer. Okay. Alrighty, that should be it. And then back here to the game modes. Looks like we're good in here. If this ever fails, we will have to return the default implementation there, which should be the default Pang. Alrighty, let's give this another go. Alright, looks like we're good. I'm gonna go play the game now, and let's start with not selecting anything. Okay, and then we'll go. You can see one thing that's disabled is the client's start button is no longer clickable. That's good. That's what we want. Now let's enable the client travel there. So it's gonna be net.allow PIE seamless travel. Actually, need to do that, and then we can start. Okay, you can see now we're all using the default Pang because no one has picked anything. This, of course, is a cheap solution. A better solution again would be to allow the player to be either having a ready button, right, or they have to be selecting a character before the server is allowed to start the game. So from now on, right, there's a bunch of different possibilities. You have to handle also other things like what if the player actually leave the lobby, right? Do you allow the server to start? In this case, we don't really have a limited amount of or required amount of players, so this might not be a requirement. But for your specific type of game, you may need to implement more functionalities. But yeah, we have this bare bones setup for the lobby, and they're working just fine. And you can also test with the actual online actual game instances, right? Run an actual game and see if it works. It should be working, right? And I think this should conclude this entire tutorial list, right? We have 21 videos. It's fairly long, but we're covering quite a lot of things. So hopefully this has been helpful. Okay, all right, that'll be it for this entire tutorial series. See you guys next time.